Hi Scorpio, and welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and thank you so much for being here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a read for you and who, and that who could be a friend or family member, boyfriend, girlfriend, a person of interest, of course, or even one side of a situation or another, okay? Even if love is not on the mind, okay? So that being said, it's going to be a general read. So if you are looking for a personal read that truly taps into your own personal energies, go to The Guided Intuitive up here or in my description box below, okay? And do check out your moon, rising, and Venus signs too, guys, because I've noticed there's been some overlap, and it might be insightful or offer insightful guideposts for you along the way, okay? That you can kind of take into consideration, I think, for the most part. This is actually, right now we're at the full moon in Aquarius right now, which is pretty exciting. It's a very pivotal time. Aquarians, as you well know, it's about being focused on fair social justice and fairness and that type of thing. Especially because right now the modern ruler of Aquarius, well, overall, it just is. Not just right now, but is Uranus, and Uranus is about that social justice and that type of thing. So what's going to be happening right now, there'll be some interesting energies, okay? I will let you know. So with these energies, there's different transits that are happening, and because of that, there is going to be some unexpected events and different things like that. So what I'm going to do is, because it creates some unexpected, energies and maybe a little bit more on the shallow side, what I'm going to do is pull some rebel card at the end in terms of energies and how you can actually cultivate that energy, transform that, and use it to the highest good, not only for yourself, but also for the higher consciousness of the world. So, that's one thing that the world needs right now for sure. So that's what I'll be doing. So let's go ahead. You're going to be on one side and the other person's going to be on the other. And guys, I've moved, so I've got a place that I'm here and I'm still setting things up. I mean, even in fact, I have my microphone and everything here, but I'm just going to wait and use that a little bit later. Once I get everything set up. So just bear with me a little bit, okay, through the process. So, all right, let's jump into this. I do want to thank all of you that have been ordering coaching sessions and packages with me. It has been phenomenal. I am so honored and thrilled, and it's been exciting. I just love conquering limiting beliefs and negative emotions and just really pushing you beyond different steps. So many of you, I'm helping you with your own businesses, and it's phenomenal to see your successes. I'm just thrilled. I get just as excited as you do. I'm just letting you know that. So if you are interested, you definitely want to book a discovery session up here if you're not sure what you need in terms of the services, but that maybe perhaps there's some sort of blockages that might be holding you back from where you want to be as opposed to where you're at right now. Okay, and what we want to do is close that gap, quite a bit into where you're actually hitting your goals and some of your milestones there. Okay, so if you're serious about it, do check it out. But I have put that in my description box. So that said, let's jump into your read. Okay, let's jump into your read right now and see what's going on for you. All right, what do we have for you? I'm going to pull 3 cards right away and see what wants to come out. Okay, so what we have, Scorpio, we've got the 5 of Swords, we've got the Queen of Wands, and then we've got the 3 of Swords. So there's some air energy there as well as fire energy, okay? And what I'm feeling here is that perhaps there was some sort of conflict to where you had to perhaps take on this energy and focus on the light, focus on having the confidence in yourself, being that visionary that you are, and creating something different out of what has really led you, what was really a heartbreak for you. So many of you, this might very well be the case. Now, it could be a heartbreak from a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So for some of you, that could very much well be the case. But I do get there's been some sort of conflict, excuse me, some sort of conflict, perhaps what is said or what was not said, okay? My throat's bothering me just like it did in Gemini's reading. So if you have experienced, a Gemini, you might want to check out that read as well. But that's exactly what I'm getting, because, the Queen of Wands, she's all about that visionary, and she'll go ahead and create something. She's all about the light, she's all about that spirituality too. She's very confident as well, in what she does and what she can create. And, she's focused on growth. Okay. That's what she wants. She wants growth in a relationship or situation. And if it's not happening there, especially after, going through much conflict, then, obviously, there was a heartbreak for a reason. So let's go ahead and clarify this Three of Swords here first to see what's going on. I just want to see what wants to come up for you here. Okay, let's see what this is. King of Swords. Oh, wow. So you got this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius type energy. This is intellectual thinking, focused on the mind. And so you might have, Aquarius in your chart, or you might be dealing with an Aquarius as well, that perhaps has caused some sort of heartbreak, in the situation. But I see the King of Swords. Let's see. That's really interesting that that's coming out here. Let's see what else here. Okay. And, it's funny because it's almost as if that, this Aquarius person was offering love and has been working really hard in putting, love and work into the relationship or situation, because I got the King of Swords, and of course we've got the Knight of Cups, and then we've got the, Seven of Pentacles here, okay? So the interesting thing here is that there's been a lot of work put into this relationship or situation. This heartbreak was, due to some sort of love, an investment of love that was made, and now it's just focused on clear thinking. So maybe this person offered love to you and put in a lot of work and effort, and it's just thinking in the head and not thinking in the heart. And what this person needs to do is drop down to the heart a little bit more. But that's what I'm feeling now. This could be you, okay? This could be you in terms of maybe not, thinking just, intellectually and not focusing so much, on in terms of the cups. But I kind of feel that you actually offered, for some of you, offered a cup of love to someone on the other side. Could be an air sign. We'll get into that in a minute. And you felt like you put in a lot of work in here, but you've got some heartbreak, okay? So that's what I see here, okay? How interesting. What was this heartbreak here? What was happening here? What's going to help you to overcome in this heartbreak here, in this relationship or situation, this Three of Swords? Interesting, guys. Wow, what is it? Surrendering to what is, okay? So this is actually talking about, this is about, going with the flow, okay? Instead of really fighting the relationship or situation, when you can't change a situation or a relationship, this talks about surrendering and going with the flow. And oh my gosh, you guys, this is so funny because I just picked up two of these cups that I saw at the store, and it says "Go with the flow," and they're big soup cups. And I thought, "Ooh, this is so good. I'm just gonna get some because I could see myself using these, with a friend sitting down and having some, hot chocolate or soup or whatever, and go with the flow." And has these little waves on it. So I actually grabbed a couple of those. It was so great. So, it's kind of speaking of this. It's really when you just have done all that you possibly can, and you just you don't know what to do next. This is about going with the flow is actually going to help change the situation. Okay. So that's what this talks about. It is actually, compassionately accepting exactly things as they are. And what happens in the beauty of this is that it ends up bringing you peace, okay? It ends up bringing you peace to this relationship or situation. And we don't know, who knows if this other person might feel the same way, but let's go ahead and check it out. But that's what I get from this heartbreak. It's about, really kind of going with the flow, just a little bit more here. And that's what that's what, it's kind of surrendering to what it is, and what that looks like. Now, the next card, and this is why I pulled the card, because I felt an inkling to pull another one. And a lot of times I don't do that, but the surrendering to miracles is what came up too. So what happens when you surrender and go with the flow? You allow the universe to step in, to co-create with you. And when that happens, you have an opportunity for miracles to take place. And the interesting thing is a full moon, right? So, being at the full moon today as I'm recording this might have something for you here, okay? So this is all about, being open to the miracles, right, in your life right now. And really just feel and just know that miracles exist, okay? And they exist and they're real. So let go of any resistance that's keeping you from, letting miracles come on in, right? Because that can happen. So don't doubt the miracles because they can happen. So what's really important is I have faith that miracles can happen, and miracles can happen to me too, okay? Not just for other people, but for you too. And so surrender to the miracles as you surrender to what is, and you'll be amazed at what can happen for you. This is really good. So that's what's coming into play. Let's jump over to this other side and see what's happening with this other person, okay? Let's take a look at what this is, okay? Let's see where they're at right now, okay? So interesting. I get the Hangman, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Cups, right? So this has this other person, you know, really looking at seeing things with a different perspective. Now they're having a new beginning, right? They're having a new beginning. And there is a message coming through with a cup of love that's coming, that is coming. Now, the interesting thing is when I look at it this way, it's going to you on your side. So they are offering a cup of love, and perhaps it's some sort of surprise because there's a fish in there, right? There's a fish in the cup. And the pages are usually messages coming through, right? So this is talking about someone coming forth with confidence to communicate. The blue chakra the blue color is the throat chakra, and the yellow is confidence, which is the solar plexus, the I am, right? And then the red is more or less like the kind of the foundational chakra, the root chakra. So you might have a surprise opportunity coming to you for someone with love who wants a new beginning, has now seen things from a different perspective, okay? We grow in relationships, guys. That's kind of our best practice. In fact, we learn that from family first. That's kind of our best lessons are learned with family, and then relationships. I say both, but yeah. So that's what seems to be coming through. They've got a different perspective, is what I see here. Okay, anything else about this other person that we want to kind of follow through and see what's up? And by the way, guys, I have a candle that's burning. It's my moon candle that's burning here. So if you kind of see a flickering of a flame around it, that's my moon candle. It's burning for the full moon of Aquarius today. So that's what I'm using. It's divine too. It smells great. It's very subtle. It's beautiful. But this is basically what we're talking about here is what I pulled for you is the Three of Cups. We've got the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. So this is interesting. They're focused on community. They focus on, they really want to come together. And what they've tried to do is, they've gained their stability after felt like they've been put out, in that scarcity lack mode. Okay, now this could be in the relationship or situations like, wait a minute, we came together, we're joyful, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like each his own, and then feeling left out. So I don't know in terms of this relationship or situation, they may have felt like that. You've got the 3 card, which is about creativity. You've got a 4 card, which is about gaining stability. So this person, perhaps before they could come together, had to get their stability because they had a change. And a lot of us are going through changes right now. There's no doubt about it. This is the 5 of Pentacles, but this is saying is that there's support and there is love around this person. Again, there's a church that they're walking right by and they're not even looking at it, and this is a warm place where they can move into. So that's what's coming into play here. What is it that they need to surrender to get out this 5 of Pentacles? I kind of think that they're celebrating now because now they're out of this. So I do think that's the case, but let's see. What did they have to surrender to? Let's see what wants to come up for this other person in terms of the 5 of Pentacles. That's about adversity. So going through they had been through a lot that affected their foundation and their security, and therefore they weren't able to maybe come together at the right time. So I have an element of divine timing here that it feels like, but let's see what's important here. Surrendering to fear. Okay, so maybe they had some sort of fear. This is actually letting go of any, fearful tendencies, okay? Or even stories that they have told themselves, about in the past or whatever that case may be. That could very much well be the case, okay? So they could have some sort of fear, that has been holding them back, in terms of a relationship or situation, not being stable enough or that type of thing. But this is about focusing on the solutions to this and taking baby steps and celebrating those baby steps. and I think that's really, really key. I'm working with a client right now that, starting her own business, and she just did her first video and such, and I'm just like, she's phenomenal. I'm just like so proud of her, and she's moving beyond that. She's doing it, and she's doing it afraid, and she's doing the next one, and she's doing the next one. So allowing that imperfect action, allowing yourself to take imperfect action is definitely key, okay? So that seems to be coming through. And sorry guys, and I'm downtown a little bit, so there's a little bit more noise than normal here, especially as I'm moving here. I think today was to do the landscaping, was to do power washing, and just everything all in one day. And I'm trying to get the reeds out, right? So, all right, but surrendering to fear is their big thing that they needed to work on, okay? Let's back to you. What's the best way that you can actually move forward in this relationship or situation for you? What is the best way to move forward in this relationship or situation? What wants to come out? So we've got the Seven of Cups, the Five of Wands, and then we've got the Four of Cups, okay? So we've got choices. You've got choices, and you're just determining, Scorpio, like which ones are going to be best for you. And, you don't want any more conflict, right? That's what you want to kind of move away from. You don't like the love that's coming to you right now. Maybe there's been conflict in the past and you don't want that. So you're kind of focusing on, on something that you're kind of meditating and pondering and seeing what it is that you want before you move forward. But this is saying, you've got a couple of, it may look a little different. It may have a cloud, with a hand on it. It might be a little bit different than what you're used to sitting on the ground. So this is saying, look up. You could miss opportunities in love. But what this is saying here is that you don't want conflict. You want to make sure that you're focusing and making a choice, a positive choice, and almost as if that you're not going to use your shadow self to make the choice. You're going to look deeper into that and make a better choice, so you're not having any sort of conflict or adversity in a relationship or situation. And this is saying, keep your head up high and focus on what it is that you want, not what you don't want and don't have. And that's what this is talking about. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces type energy. Is what I see here. So it's your energy, but this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You might have someone that you've been dealing with there. And again, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces type energy. So best way forward is to keep your head up high, use your light self versus your shadow self in making choices. Especially as it pertains to, so you can make better choices to refrain from any adversity. And then I'm going to pull what else wants to come into play for you here. In terms of the best way to move forward, what wants to come through? Courage. This is great. This is courage. This is saying is that this is about finding your inner strength to face any sort of adversities that are heading your way. And so, when you have any sort of conflict, this is the courage to be able to overcome them and move beyond them, okay? So courage is going to be really key for you here, calling on that courage there. Empathy is another one, and this is about that you're open to seeing both sides of a situation. So don't judge the situation quite yet, because you might not be sure what's happening on this other side unless you're actually communicating or talking. So this is really big. This is about putting yourself in the other person's shoes and seeing things from their point of view as well, okay? And having empathy, okay? That's going to be really key in terms of this relationship and situation, overall. Best way for this other person to move forward. Let's see what wants to come out. Best way for them to move forward. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see here. Here it is. Best way for them to move forward. I get the King of Pentacles, I get the Tower, and I get the Lovers. Wow. This best way for them to move forward is to, whatever situation that didn't work out. This is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo type energy, but it's Earth energy. But whatever the case may be, when I see this tells me that it's all about it's the King of Pentacles. So this is about being very disciplined and controlling. This is putting an end to any sort of discipline and controlling and putting an end to that. They want love. They want love. Now this is Gemini, also energy here. You might have that in your chart. If so, this is like putting the end to any controlling behavior so there can be love. Okay, so I'm just saying this is what's coming through. So note your comments below, guys. I'd love to know And definitely drop a like and subscribe, and would love to hear from you. It keeps my channel going, so I appreciate it. So yeah, that's what's coming through here. So this is interesting because I really feel that they're letting go of any sort of fear or controlling tendencies in order to let that go, and to focus on love, because love can't be controlling. Love has to have some freedom within that, and that's going to be very important. So that's what I feel. And again, you might resonate with one side more than the other. What's going to help this person on this other side? They've gone through some growth. And by only making mistakes, can they learn? Can they learn and grow? And that's again what we talked about in terms of relationships at the beginning, right? So that's really key here. It's really being knowing that to expand their conscious and their awareness is going to take growth, and it's going to take practice, and sometimes it's about making mistakes, right? Because that's how you can only learn. That's the best place to learn. So what we're going to say is how you feel about this person, and how this other person feels about you. So I just want to pull some cards to see, for those of you that might be kind of experiencing that, how do they feel about you? What wants to come through here? How do they feel about you? What we get here is, my childhood was difficult and it still affects me. Okay, so it could be the case, for this particular person that that's their shadow side, but I really feel that they're getting over this, quite frankly. And what do we have here? This is saying, I keep track of you online. Okay, so wow, so someone keeps track of you online. How interesting. And what else? This is all about that no one loves me like you do. Wow. Now, how do you feel about them? Let's just take a look at one of the cards. For those of you that want to stay together, what does that look like? Right? I'm sorry for being critical of you. So some of you, that could be the case. Again, it's all about growth and relationships. What else do I see here? Oh, I want you to believe in me again. I want you to believe in me again. Sorry guys, I'm doing this by candlelight. All right, and anything else that wants to come through. You're all on the light side. So Scorpio, you really got this. This is all the light side. I regret my actions towards you. Okay, so some of you, that could be the case. And again, we learn through relationships, and that's how we learn to grow. I am going to pull a rebel card to see how we can transform energies, especially with the full moon in Aquarius right now. This being the 3rd, of August. How can you transform these crazy energies that are happening right now, especially when it comes to social justice, fairness, and all of that? How can you best utilize that for your greatest personal development in human consciousness, and to raise the level of consciousness, for you in the universe in the process? What do I get? Sacred Fool. How interesting. What number card is this? Okay, let me just look here. Okay, so we've got a 40 card. So this is about stability, okay? So this is about, kind of getting a little bit more stability in the relationship or situation. So what this talks about, when it says Sacred Fool, this is interesting because this tells me that it's the Fool's can be a great rebel card. If they're able to kind of thwart conventional and really tell the truth without really without restraint. Their heart's in it. That's what I think is the biggest thing. Okay, so this is a time that's very important right now, when you feel really inspired, alive and passionate, and that type of thing. So it's kind of like the Fool card as well. It brings up a message that it's time for you to play. It's kind of like that little bit of the juster, in here as well. And so what this talks about is that for you to let life happen and completely, focus on being, in some respect, unreserved and unscripted in a way. Okay, it's wonderful news, because the divine wants the desire of life to operate more, radically through you, and become more of a conduit, for miracles, and so crazy synchronicities can occur for you. So it's kind of checking on that gesture a little bit, being a little bit more playful. And maybe that's something that you just haven't been doing, Scorpio, but that's what's coming into play here. No pun intended. But yeah, so if you feel like, if you find yourself making choices and then having others question your sanity, then that just means that you're right on course right now. And that's what the card talks about. And so that's why I have to bring this up, because that's what this is saying. Okay. So that's what it wants to let you know, because it's kind of being that sacred fool. And that's, kind of what it's called here. So yeah, so stay on your path, stay on your journey, and just remember to take nothing so seriously, and it'll all work out perfectly. So don't be so serious. And I don't know if that's just something that you've been doing for a while, but this is really coming out in terms of your energy right now, and it just really wants you to harness that power of playfulness and to maybe go outside of the box than you typically would normally do, and that is actually going to serve you and serve others around you in some way, shape, or form. So that's what I'm getting here. Okay, so I hope this resonates with you in some way. So please note your comments below, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, namaste.